Hi, it's Linda. Welcome to the Daily Dose, where we talk about the energy that's moving through all of us right now and we make it useful for real life. No fancy language, just plain talk and real life. Let's get started. Today we start something new. We're spending our time these next 6 days with the energy of She Leads from Behind. This energy is driven by forward progress and vision. You can see where something needs to go, a project, an organization, even a relationship, long before anyone else does. But there's a twist. This isn't leadership that stands at the front of the room. It's the strategic advisor, the right-hand person, the one whose counsel and advice shapes the direction even though someone else is holding the microphone. This energy is personal to me. The energy of She Leads from Behind pairs with and is connected to the energy of She Leads when Invited, the energy we spent time with at the end of July. They're energetic partners in how I'm wired, two halves of the same leadership story. Isn't that cool? I've carried a sort of quiet, behind-the-scenes leadership in the background my whole life. But at this stage of my life, there's a more visible side, the leadership that gets invited forward, because that's becoming active. And frankly, I'm enjoying having steady access to both sides of this leadership story at once. This energy picks up right where that other one left off, just from a slightly different angle. It isn't an energy about being in front. It's not as vocal and direct. You show up off to the side. And I'm often the person who is off to the side, right next to the person at the microphone. I'm not afraid to be at the microphone, clearly, because here I am. But I'm also a really good facilitator for the person who is in charge. I'm good at collecting observations, information, and feedback, and funneling it to the people making the decisions. I frequently did this when I was teaching college. It could be relatively little things, such as feedback about a text we were using, or larger things such as class requirements. When I first started teaching accounting, students were required to take their exams, in-semester exams, at a specific time and place. That 2-hour time was set on the student's schedule if they were enrolled in any of the accounting classes, and this got in the way of them enrolling in other classes, even though that time slot for the exams was only used 3 or 4 times a semester. I listened to the students and was instrumental in guiding the department chair to change that policy. So there's a song that captures this energy perfectly, Right Hand Man, from the musical Hamilton. If you don't know the show well, here's the quick version. This is the song where a young officer steps in as George Washington's chief of staff, the one who plans the strategy and shapes the direction while someone else stands at the front and takes the salute. That's exactly this energy. The influence is real. It just doesn't need to wear the title. This week we're going to look at all sides of this energy of She Leads from Behind. What happens when the vision gets pushed forward too soon or held back too long? What it looks like when you get it right in everyday life. And what it looks like at its very best when your influence shapes something lasting and you're genuinely at peace with not needing the credit for it. So, in our next chat, we meet the cranky energy, the cranky side of this energy, the version who either pushes her direction on people before they're ready or holds it back completely while waiting to be asked. I wouldn't miss it. I sure hope you don't. Thank you for being here. Find you're happy. Love what you do. Make a difference and come on back to me safely. See ya.